This is JP with Political Pop Culture, and this is my take. In stupid entertainment news, Disney Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo managed to offend every single decent human being who has ever been a fan of anything Star Wars by mocking Star Wars Theory's emotional reaction to the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. Just a heads up here, this commentary will contain spoilers for The Mandalorian. If you haven't watched the show and you don't want to know what happens, you have been warned. Oh, and since I have your attention, please take a moment to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and then click on the notification bell so you'll know when we upload new content. Those likes and subscribes really help get our content shown to more people, and every little bit helps, so thank you. For anyone who hasn't been paying attention, or who simply isn't a fan of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series The Mandalorian, the Season 2 finale ended with the hugely emotional return of Luke Skywalker. Fans of the series were treated to Luke Skywalker as a full-blown Jedi Master, laying waste to a platoon of Dark Troopers. Why was this such an emotional scene for so many Star Wars fans across the globe? Because this was the Luke Skywalker fans have been waiting almost 40 years to see. The Master who wields the Force like he was intended, not the pathetic old alien manatee-milking recluse as written by Ruin Johnson for that abortion of a movie that was The Last Jedi. Star Wars Theory is a popular YouTube channel which dives into theories about Star Wars characters, plot lines, and fan fiction. As part of his offering of content, Star Wars Theory hosted a live watch party for The Mandalorian Season 2 finale with his followers, where people could see his reactions as he watched, and fans could send messages in the live chat window. When the lone X-Wing fighter appeared, the look on Star Wars Theory's face was priceless. He was like a kid on Christmas morning. His excitement was our excitement. As the scene progressed, and the cloaked character was seen by the Mandalorian on the security monitor, Theory's emotions got the better of him. First his eyes welled up, and then when Luke's lightsaber ignited, he let go. A lifetime of waiting to see this character, this Luke Skywalker, hit him all at once, and he wept. Openly and unashamedly, he wept at the return of the hero that he, like so many of us, grew up loving. It takes courage for a man to be so open with his emotions, especially in front of a worldwide audience, and I applaud Star Wars Theory for letting us all share in his raw, unfiltered reaction to seeing something that was so moving to him, and to so many others. It takes courage for a man to be so open with his emotions. You know what doesn't take courage? Mocking that man. I am looking right at you, Pablo Hidalgo. Pablo Hidalgo is a member of Disney's Lucasfilm Story Group, a group of so-called experts who are tasked with maintaining canon in the franchise. He got to this position because of a lifelong passion for Star Wars and an encyclopedic knowledge of the source material. You know, exactly the kind of person who should share a similar reaction to Star Wars Theory when seeing Luke Skywalker's triumphant return to the screen after being castrated by Ruin Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy. Instead, Disney employee Pablo Hidalgo chose to publicly mock Star Wars Theory with this tweet. Emotions are not for sharing. Emotions are not for sharing? If that's true, what's the purpose of showing movies in large theaters? The communal nature of the production adds to the experience with hundreds, or in this case, hundreds of thousands of people sharing the experience. And yes, Pablo, showing their emotions and sharing them. After the inevitable backlash, Pablo did delete the tweet, but then, like a dumbass, he doubled down and decided to use a screenshot of the tweet as his header pic on Twitter. Haha, you are so funny, Pablo. Pablo has every right to his wrong opinion. He even has the right to express his wrong opinion. I would, however, think that Disney may not want one of their employees openly mocking a fan for a genuine, heartfelt reaction to their original content that they created. Pablo Hidalgo actually derided somebody for publicly reacting and being overwhelmed with emotion to a Disney original story. A story his employer created, presumably to elicit an emotional response. Pablo is wrong here, by the way. Emotions are for sharing, and maybe he should work on that with a therapist who will tell him the exact same thing. At the very least, I do hope someone in a high position at Disney has a long and candid conversation with Pablo about his propensity to attack fans. You know, the very people responsible for his paycheck. After all, this is the same douchebag who mocked fans with one of those clever little "Your Snoke theory sucks" signs back before the release of The Last Jedi. The same asshat who criticizes fans who reacted negatively to that piece of shit film. You, Pablo, have my contempt. Star Wars Theory, you have my respect. You also have my support and my gratitude. It was refreshing to see someone so passionate about a character that I myself have loved since childhood. It was amazing to see your reaction to Luke Skywalker's badass return. And for the record, it was a reaction I shared as I watched the Mandalorian finale with my son. That emotion absolutely was for sharing, and I think it's one that my son will remember for years to come. Lucasfilm owes Star Wars Theory and every other fan that Pablo Hidalgo has personally offended with his idiot remarks an apology. That's my take. If you agree with my take on this, let me know in the comments. If you're wrong and you don't agree, let me know who hurt you and why you're so full of hatred and rancor. See what I did there?